Am I back to square one if I relapse? I get a lot of questions online asking me, am I back to square one if I relapse? What do I do if I relapse? Am I a failure? And today I want to talk about things to keep in mind after a relapse. How to get back on track. Are you a failure? Are you not a failure? I want to go over these things because these are very important. And there are a few things that we should ask ourselves after a relapse. Has there been a big event in my life that has been causing me a lot of stress? Has someone close to me passed away or is not in my life anymore? Has there been an accident or have I been ill recently? Have I been under a lot of stress at work, at home, at school because there's been a lot of deadlines or I'm under a lot of responsibilities? Have I been bullied recently? Have I been depressed? Have I been struggling with trauma recently? These are all good questions to ask ourselves because then we can pinpoint why exactly did we relapse. Another good thing to think about after a relapse is what was going through my mind before I relapsed and after I relapsed. Did I relapse because I was stressed? Did I feel like I was out of control? Did I want that control back into my life? Was I feeling depressed or suicidal? These are good things to ask yourself because you want to pinpoint why the relapse happened so you can learn from this experience. Another question that I get asked a lot, and I mean a lot, is am I a failure if I relapsed? And the short answer to that question is no. You have done the best that you can do in the situation you're in, and you can learn from this experience. If you learned from this experience, then you are not a failure. It's a good time to be mindful about the positives. I want you to sit down, take out a piece of paper, and write down these questions, and I want you to answer them. First question I want you to answer is how long has it been? Has it been a day? Has it been a month? Has it been a few years? And I want you to be mindful of how long you went up until the relapse. And be mindful that you made it that long, and that's okay. I want you to also write down the times where you could have relapsed, but you used your coping skills and your support system to get you out of those urges. And I want you to write down some alternatives that you used that actually helped you out of those urges, and be mindful of those. So in the future, you can use them and you know that they work. Another thing that I get asked a lot is, am I back to square one? Kristen, I relapsed, I'm back to square one. You are not back at square one. I want you to know that. If you're feeling that way right now, I want you to know, take that off the table, that you are not at square one again. You're not back to where you were before. You are continuing on, and this is part of the recovery process. Sometimes relapses happen, and those are times to be mindful about why they happened so we can prevent them in the future. So what now? What do I do? I relapsed. I'm feeling terrible. I'm feeling guilty. What do I do now? Well, there's a lot of things that you can do now. One of the things that you can do is not give up on yourself. It's so easy to just slip back. It's so easy to give up on yourself. It's so easy to do that. But I want you to know that you are strong enough to get through this. You are strong enough to keep going in your recovery process. You are. I know you are. And I want you to know that you are. Be mindful about this experience. I keep telling you that because it's so true. We need to think about what happened. We need to be mindful about what happened and be mindful about the coping skills that worked for us. Next time we are feeling those urges, we can use those coping skills, we can use those self-care techniques, and we can talk to our support system so these urges can go away. And the big thing that you should do, and the thing that you should always do, is take care of yourself. Eat right, drink enough water, get enough sleep, go to the doctor to get a checkup, go to your therapist if it's been a while and you just need that support, and talk to someone about how you're feeling. It's not healthy to bottle up these emotions. And the last thing is do something that you enjoy. The other day, I wasn't feeling good. I was just feeling really low, and so I went to Target and I bought these lights. And what I did is I put them in a jar and I made a night light, and I love them. I put these by my bed and by my desk. I just got a mason jar for $1 at Target, and these lights were about $2 at Target, right now in the dollar section, and I made a lamp. And I was really happy, and it makes me happy. So do something to make you happy. If music makes you happy, listen to music. Traveling makes you happy, travel. If creating things like this light makes you happy, do it. Don't let this relapse define who you are. Find that strength inside of you and keep going. I will leave my self-harm and suicide playlist down below, as well as my coping skill videos down below to help you. Maybe something in there will help you with those urges. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!